In the last video, or step 3, we discussed writing an offer and negotiating. Today, we're going to be talking about due diligence and contingencies. Also, make sure you subscribe. And once you subscribe, click on that little bell to make sure that you get updated every time I drop a new video, which will be every week. My goal is to try to help anyone who is a first-time home buyer or someone who's bought and sold in the past and you just need a quick refresher course. Make sure you do those things. Subscribe, and let's get into the content. How to buy your first house ever. Today we're talking about due diligence and contingencies. So due diligence, what is it? Well, basically due diligence is a time frame to make sure that you have ample opportunity to look in, research, do your homework, and make sure that everything is copacetic on the property that you're looking to buy. So typically that runs into what I previously talked about as the big 3.
Inspection, appraisal, and financing.
The good old home inspection contingency. So what this is, it's a time frame in which you're allowed to hire a licensed professional to come in, take a walk around, take a look at the house, and see what works and what doesn't. The next contingency to check off as you're going through your due diligence process would be the appraisal contingency. So unfortunately, in most cases, if you are obtaining financing through a lending institution, so a mortgage company or a bank, a lot of times the appraisal contingency cannot be waived. So usually the appraisal contingency is ordered by the bank and paid by you. So it is typically used to protect the bank and their interest in the property, as they are the one that's loaning you all the money to buy this property. The lender will only loan you the amount of money based on the appraisal report. So if the appraisal comes in below what the agreed upon price was, there are some things to consider. So if the property does not appraise, then that means that more negotiation needs to be had. So you need to go back to the seller and say, hey, here's the deal. I understand that the house did not appraise for the agreed upon price, but what needs to take place now is we need to come up with a new purchase price on the property. Or you can void the contract and walk away unscathed and penalty free. So you would get your deposit money back. And lastly, the financing contingency. So the financing contingency, once again, really has nothing to do with you. Well, it has everything to do with you. So the financing contingency is pretty much saying that I'm going to buy this house unless financing falls through and either A, I can't get financing on this property, or B, it's going to cost me way more money than initially anticipated to finance this property, so I'm out. Sometimes, and this is, it's not all that rare. Sometimes what happens is financing falls through based on a couple different things. One being something was missed in the pre-approval process. So either you did not produce accurate records and paperwork for them, or something else has changed. A lot of times what happens is someone's credit score takes a hit, and usually that is because it just so happens that as they were getting into the process here of purchasing this house, they had all these grandiose ideas to do things such as furnish the house or buy some things that they feel as if they needed for the house, like stainless steel appliances or whatever it was. But usually when people do that, especially if they're going to do it on credit, that changes your credit score, and that might affect your ability to close on the loan. So I would recommend don't do that. No huge purchases, no moving loads of money from one account to the other, no accepting large gifts from other people unless you've talked to your loan officer and they're well aware of the situation beforehand. Surprises don't work well when it comes to buying a house and financing. So if anything comes up, make sure that you speak with your loan officer and get it approved and cleared first. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you stay tuned for the next week's video. We're going to continue with this How to Buy Your First House Ever video series. Make sure you subscribe and click on that bell so that you get alerted every time I drop a new video, which will be weekly. Thanks. Have a great day. Peace out.